My players won't stop calling me Dungeon Daddy. It started off as a joke made by my girlfriend, but now the whole party is doing it. And they don't say it normally. They say it in ooh-woo. Someone help me.
Ooh, Dungeon Daddy. Can I roll a d20?
Oh, Dungeon Daddy, your modifier is so big. What are you doing, Dungeon Daddy? Greetings, brave adventurers. My name is FoxyBard, and no, you cannot call me Dungeon Mommy. And what I bring for you today is a bunch of shorter stories that are just kind of fun. Although the last one gets a little bit more, gross. Yeah. But it isn't RPG horror stories without a little bit of actual horror in there. So grab yourself a seat around the fire as we dig into these shorter tales of role-playing. Our first story today comes to us from the user Serafek99 and is entitled Player Wants to Be the King. And the player goes about doing this, or communicating this, in a very literal kind of way. You'll see. Tale start. This one is a really short horror story. We were playing an online game and we had one player who was named The King, and he lasted all of 10 minutes. In the week after session 0, he kept joking about his hilarious character concept and would not stop laughing about it. The day of session 1 comes. We all meet in a tavern, and the exchange goes like this. Ah, the tavern. It's a classic for a reason. It's always a good start to an adventure. The King. Player can barely contain his laughter. Greetings, subjects. I'm the King. We keep introducing ourselves, and the King's player gets annoyed and says, Didn't you hear me? Show some respect to your liege. Fighter, you're not our king. You're not even the king of this land. The guy on this coin is. In fact, you're not even the same species as the king. I don't know why I made him southern. I like it though. The King's player then blew up at us, called us metagamers, saying our character should think his character is the king, because his name made it sound like he was. He then left the call, and we never heard from him again. So, yeah. Tale end. You know, I'm willing to bet that this guy was an Elvis impersonator in his free time. Oh, I should have given him an Elvis voice. Well, too late now. You ain't nothing but a metagamer. You know, friend, I don't actually know very much Elvis, and I don't think that was a very good voice, so we're just gonna move past that one to the next story. Our next story is posted by the user NinjaKT. Oh, I get it. And it is entitled, DM Wants Emotionless Drones. Hello, I am a role-playing unit. I am here to roll a D20. Please input action. Tale start. Our DM is known for lots of... Okay, I'm not going to do that the whole time. Our DM is known for lots of character deaths in his campaigns. I get really into character creation, going all out on backstory and RP. Ah man, you and me both, OP. I always go way over the top. My most recent character was killed via melee attacks while making death saves. I was sad about it, but not aggressive. I went through the normal mourning period for a day or two before getting excited about creating a new character and brought it up with him. This is how our conversation went. DM.
You get too invested in your characters.
Me. What would you have me do? Create Bob the Villager who has no backstory, friends, family, or emotions? DM.
Yes.
Me. You can't be serious. DM.
I am. You're not really sad. You're just acting sad to punish me for killing your character. If you can't get it together, I won't DM for anyone anymore, and it will be your fault.
Well, that's just not how this works. At all. Oh, someone tell this DM to go fox himself. I got the hell out of that campaign and relationship. Oh, right. Did I mention the DM and I were married? Not anymore. Tale end. Good job, OP. You did everything that I was going to tell you to do. Because, yeah, get out of that. That is very toxic and a very horrible way to approach kind of anything to do with TTRPGs. Let people be sad about their characters. Let people get fun with their characters. I love going over character backstories. It's so much fun, and getting really, really involved in my characters. Yes, it makes it sad and tragic if they die, but that's part of the game. Like, sometimes death tells a good story, just as much as life does. Also, probably a good call divorcing that guy, because, like, he just seems toxic. And now, let's move on to the last one. And this next one does kind of suck. Our final story for today is by the user SnooDoubts5386, and it is entitled, Party Member Goes on a Homophobic Rant Because My Girlfriend Won't Fox His Character. Yeah, we're gonna end on a bang. Or, more importantly, not a bang. Get it? Because they're not gonna... whatever. Tale start. You may have seen my last post here, as it got a lot of attention. This story happened a few years before that, with my first time being a dungeon master. I was still decently new to D&D, so I made a pretty basic first session. The party would meet in a tavern, then the captain of the guard would tell them to go kill goblins. Still cringing at myself to this day. Hey. All of that is a classic for a reason. You don't get commonly repeated tropes if people don't like them. It's easy, it works. No one should decry you for doing that, especially for your first time. The party with fake names. Me, the DM. Sarah, a goblin sorcerer, and my girlfriend at the time. Mike, the Goliath cleric and the most experienced in the group. And the problem, Dennis, a Drow rogue. Well, there it is. Rogue's the problem again. Sorry, rogue players. I know, I'm sad too. I wish this wasn't important to the story, but me and my girlfriend at the time are both lesbians. Oh no. Yep, there it is. After making sure everyone is prepared, I start to describe the tavern and Dennis immediately cuts me off. Ugh, really? A tavern? I was immediately disheartened, but continued anyway. The first bit went off without too much of a hitch, but the problem started when the party was fighting the goblin leader, who was a level 2 cleric. Now, before I continue, I had all of my notes in a box in Dennis's house, since he was the host. A rookie mistake, but forgivable. It was your first time. Always keep your notes with yourself. The goblin cleric went first in initiative and cast a firebolt. Immediately, Dennis starts complaining that I cheated and that the leader doesn't know that spell. I asked him how he would even know that, already starting to suspect that he looked over my notes. And he just scoffed and continued. Yeah, he definitely did. This is why you don't leave your notes at other people's houses. The party went to rest in the inn when they got back, and Dennis loudly proclaimed that he was going to sleep with Sarah. She, being a lesbian, immediately declined and said that her character was also a lesbian. Dennis looked extremely angry and then said that he rolls intimidation. He rolled like a 16 or something. You know, if I could name the worst possible skill to try to convince someone to engage in adult relations with you, intimidation is probably the worst one. Yeah, that's a big time yikes, bro. I told him that he failed anyway, and then he started saying some crap about how his character was an enforcer or something, even though he didn't write a backstory. Of course he didn't. And he should have advantage or something. No, that's not how any of this works. And you cannot intimidate people into being straight. That's not actually how it... Oh, man. Whew, okay. Foxy Angie. When Sarah still declined, because of course she did, he blew up and started yelling that this is why lesbians are horrible and how they are ruining the world by brainwashing all of the girls so he can't have any and crap. Incels. We all just got up and left because we didn't want to argue. Good call. Jeez. Yeah. Wow. We tried to keep playing without him, but the game and my relationship with Sarah fizzled out. Boy, I feel that last one. Tail end. And it's not horror stories until I feel pain deep in my soul. Yeah, so I'm very angry at this guy, and I want him to stop existing. Well, okay, maybe don't, stop existing in this hobby. If you have a problem with other people who are going to play with you, which there are a lot of lesbians and other queer people who play TTRPGs, we're growing, and you can't stop us, then stop playing yourself. If you're going to have an issue with your players, you shouldn't play. That's as simple as it is. Also, as I always have to say, someone's sexuality is not up for debate. They are what they say they are. And that's the end of it. You can't change their mind. You can't convince them otherwise. And if you try to intimidate them into it, well, now you're actually in the realm of committing a crime. So, please don't do that. And if you do, well, there are some choice words I have for you that I will not say on YouTube. You can fill in the blank. Alright, but on that exceedingly pleasant note, that'll do it for today. Don't forget to like the video if you liked the video, subscribe to the channel if you have not yet done so, click the bell notification icon if you would like to be notified whenever I upload a new video, and make sure you select all notifications or you won't get them all, and leave me your comments down in the comments section below. You can also join the FoxyBard Discord at discord.gg/FoxyBard, and you can find me on Twitter at thatFoxyBard. Now, of course, a huge, wonderful shout out to all my patrons over on patreon.com/FoxyBard. You guys help me keep doing everything I do, and I love you for it. If you would like to also support me, you can head on over to patreon.com/FoxyBard and sign up for as little as $3 a month. Join this illustrious list of names scrolling by the screen right now. You get in the credits of every video, and you get the videos when I finish them, rather than having to wait for them to release on Fridays. Well, I have another video coming for you tomorrow, so I'm gonna hop off and get going on that. Here's a spoiler for you. It's another homebrew race. I hope you like it. But until that time, let's go ahead and douse the fire and get back to our own adventures.